What's going on, everyone? My name is Kyle. My goal is to make $50,000 buying and selling sports cards this year. So last week we ended with $2,154 in profit. We made a pretty bad buy. We bought a bunch of Topps Chrome jumbo cases. Spent almost $9,000 on that, which actually brought us negative $1,300. So nice $3,000 week last week to come up. Happy with the $2,154.31 here. But we definitely got some work to do. The goal before the end of this month is I want to be close to that 10,000 mark, preferably over, obviously. Obviously, that's a lot of money to make in a short amount of time. We were flipping a lot of bad inventory, so we've kind of done that part. Now we have cards to work with. We have stuff to work with. We had things out going out to grading, different ways of selling. We've created a little bit of networking here. So sales are coming in a little bit faster. Very happy with the progress we've made. Now it's just really a focus on the numbers. We've kind of set up a little bit of a structure. So happy with that. I'm going to bring you guys along with the week here, show you what we are doing, and hopefully make some money. All right, guys, today Sunday, we went to the card show and we spent $475 on cards, $3 to enter. So we spent $478 on everything here. Worked with 3 different vendors, got 3 different deals done. So a little bit more on the PC side for me. We'll see. Obviously, I'm looking to make a profit, but not always. This came from someone that was 50% off their stickers. I kind of come around on this a little bit. I do think that it's kind of weird to price it up just to put it at 50%. And, you know, most of these cards still were pretty much at or just barely below current comps. So I think it's a weird strategy for card shows, but it is what it is. You just have to be more vocal and make sure people see your signs and actually stop. And I think that part's a little bit harder, but start off with Hank Aaron. This is a bat relic. These comps were a little bit all over the place. There's sales all the way up to 100 and as low as $30. So picked it up for 40. It looked pretty good. I think there's a couple nicks. Might be like a graded candidate, possible 9. But any game used Hank Aaron, I am going to be picking up all day long. Jacob Wilson, Mojo for $5. Why not? Paul Warfield at a 25. No direct comps. There was one with a 2-color patch that went for 40. So I got this at 20. Figured National Treasures. It wasn't National Treasures either. Maybe it was Immaculate. I'm not 100% sure. But with the 3-color nice Miami patch, I figured that's at least a $40 card. Connor Seabold. This is more of a PC card. I'm going to put it up, see if anyone buys it. It's just a sick, awesome looking patch. Red Sox. I don't know where he is, if he's still even playing or not. But he got this for $10, numbered 5 of 5. Why not pick that up? Ellie De La Cruz, this is the steal of this. There's one comp I saw that sold for 100. I don't think this is a $100 card, but numbered to 10 with the pinstripe relic going through this patch. So got it for $25. I think that's at least a $50 card. But this was one of the bigger buys in that lot. And then ended up picking up this Christian McCaffrey, Luke McCaffrey brothers dual patch out of 25. Got this for $40. I think that this has a possibility of being like a $40 card. So got it for 20. Hopefully we'll be able to flip that for 40. This is something I'm trying, and you guys are gonna see a video about this coming soon probably. Putting it together in order already, and this is gonna be my second order. Actually, this was also a part of it. This Rocco, and this is a PC card, 100%. Got this card for $10. So PSA 10 Rocco. So say this feels a little thick because it's showing me 2 slabs, but picked up both of these for $160. So I'm starting to, if you scan your cards here through your PSA app, if you can actually send cards to the vault and they'll buy them directly, they pretty much just go to repackers. But these, they valued at $206. And seeing how I got both for $160, I can mail this into my vault. The rates can change at any given time. So you're taking a little bit of risk sending in, but like someone like Jordan, I don't see the value fluctuating all that much. Repackers are always going to want Jordan for their repacks. So got both these for $160. I should be able to send these both in and get $206 and change, or at least around there. Second Jordan PSA 9, so 2 Jordan 9s. Gave me $10 off the sticker for each one. It was $180 total. And seeing how it was $180 was less than $206, I was going to bring it up and see if I can get a little bit lower. I asked for $150 to give it to me for $160. So happy with that deal. It's the last deal. I was able to work out a huge deal with this guy before. But he had a lot of cards. Unfortunately, there was 3 Pedroias there that I really wanted, but someone scooped up as I was like getting ready to ask for about them. I was hoping they would put them back. They went to go put 2 back, and then he convinced them to buy it for a crazy low price. So a little bit unfortunate, but I bought all these cards for $195. You're gonna see a lot of lower end stuff, and this is another person that does 50% off their stickers. So Papelbon Zumaya, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce his last name, at 55. 2 of the best closures back in the day. Brock Purdy at a 140 on your Pandora. I got this for $10. Euclid, I picked up all these Euclid for 15 each. This is 1 out of 13. All archive autos out of 32 there, and then we picked up another out of 31. So into each one for 15. I mean, for my PC alone, I'm okay having those if they don't move. Got this Mahomes for 50. Comps are a little all over the place on this. There's one comp of this selling for 30, but then there's also a numbered to 99 Spectra that just is a base card that sold for 30. So for $50, Patrick Mahomes, figured why not? First on the print, not like that's a big thing to me, but to some people, that's their jam. Picked up Bryce Young 101. Picked this up for $10. We valued that in a lot. Ortiz, once again, more of a PC card. Definitely want to check out the game and see if anything happened during this game, but picked that up for 15. Then ended it with a Chevy Chase. This is an auto out of 8, and this was valued at $50 in our buy. So this one will kind of be the swing card for this lot. That and the Mahomes, I think, will be kind of the swing there. See if we make any profit or not, but some cool different cards to add to the collection there. But that's everything we spent at the show today. What's going on, guys? So today is the next day after the card show, Monday. I've packed up all my orders, everything that's going out. Now I'm kind of just working on 2 things. So the first thing is I am sending these cards out that I got at the show. I talked about this last. Both these Jordans. We send these out to PSA to see if they will buy them. I'm curious on the turnaround times. I said this in one of the previous 50K Profit Challenge updates, but I'm sending these in, kind of seeing what the turnaround time is, seeing if it's worth it to possibly buy at card shows or online everywhere, and send cards to PSA for a quick flip, quick profit type deal. Essentially, PSA sending the repackers, so I'm sending it through a middleman to go to a repacker. So gonna send those in, see if we can make a little bit of money, hoping to make that. Right now it stands about $46 after shipping, probably $40 maybe. If I can get anywhere from $30 to $40, I'll be super happy. It was $160 I think I spent on this, so $160 investment to make $40 without really doing any listing, any work, filling out a packing slip and mailing. I'm a-okay with that. Second thing we're doing, and I've now lost it right here. So I don't really know how this works. It's the first time I've ever done this, but we're sending this card in as a damaged card for a replacement. So this tab right here, you can see in this looks a little bit damaged, but it's actually splitting. So it's coming off the front of the card. I opened this probably 2 months ago, maybe even 3 months ago now. I have a receipt. I'm not even sure if I bought this then, but from May 23rd. So I think this is the receipt because I've been saving it. So everything that I bought, but it's not itemized. I know you have to send in proof of what you bought. So this just tells me that I spent $860 at Baseball Cards in Rhode Island. So hopefully that works for them. I did do this was a part of my attempt to pull a Superfractor, so you can actually see me opening this pack. If they give me an issue, I'll find that video and send that to them, see if that can work as proof. But from what I've read, people don't really seem to have issues. It seems like Topps replaces this pretty easily and shouldn't have too much of an issue. I'm curious to see. At the time that I comped this was a $200 card. I probably should have sent this right in. I don't know if it's still a $200 card. Maybe I'll post something here-ish to kind of tell you guys what it is right now. But hopefully we'll get something, either this card back because it's a pretty sick card, or something better. But not a whole lot other than that going on right now. I do, my wife's actually going to be going to a wedding without me. I'm going to be home with the kids this weekend. But I did find a card show, going to try to get my in-laws over to watch my kids so I can run to that card show and have some fun there. But that's really all we got going on today. I'll update you guys. We got our eBay payout coming the next day. And I'll let you guys know what that is. Hopefully we can increase it a little bit. We're getting close to where I want to be, but not quite there. But appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, we got Friday night here, so the week is wrapping up. I want to bring you guys through some of the profit we made. So I talked a little bit of strategy. We showed you what we purchased. Was definitely one of the lower purchasing card shows we've done in a little while. So that was kind of nice because I do want to see some of this money uptick here. We sold this Ichiro patch. This is a card I bought off eBay. I'm a big believer in patch cards. I love them. I love them in my collection, but I also believe that you're going to start to see the values of them increase. I do think that they'll kind of get a little bit more of that silver prism kind of feel where people are going to get a little bit more nostalgic towards it. I think people are going to gravitate a little bit towards that, especially with Topps licensing, where, you know, the refractors don't have the same as the silver prisms. People that are connected to Topps already, I think, really gravitate more towards that game used aspect with Topps. So I think that's going to be kind of like something that they really push. And I think that you're going to start to see the market really looking for those nice patches. I could be wrong. It's my pure speculation. Either way, nice chunky game used patches like this are not going to go away. But sold that for $146.15. Was into it for about $120 from a purchase on eBay. So probably about a $20 profit on that card, but cool card to have. I do like the fact too that you can track where that patch was worn, and that actually happened to be played at Fenway Park against my Boston Red Sox, my hometown team. Ichiro didn't do anything that game, so nothing too cool with the jersey itself, but it's just a cool connection to myself. The second card we sold privately was this Nolan Ryan patch. I was into this for $100 at a card show last weekend. The guy had it for like, I think 120 or 140. I forget what the exact price was on it. And essentially he told me he had it priced that way and he was going to be talked down to 100. So I just gave him $100 for it. I was trying to lot some other things together from his booth and see if I could kind of get a better deal. But nothing really that intrigued me, and it would have been just forcing a deal. So just stuck with the Nolan Ryan patch. Same theme. You know, you got a logo patch here. Some of the older cards too have had fake patches put in them. I actually ran into this with this. I can't remember if I showed this or not, but this Roger Clemens patch here is fake. So World Baseball Classic. So this is the 2006. The 2006. If it's not numbered, it's only a white swatch. There is nothing else to it. If it's numbered, then you can have one of those nice cool patches. So you can run into that, but with that Nolan Ryan, the one thing I like about that is it tells you pretty much it's a prime patch or a logo patch. I don't have the card in front of me, but it does say something about the patch being essentially a patch, which is nice. It gives a better feeling that you know it wasn't patch swapped or anything like that. So made $65 on that. Sold it for a net $165.42. Sold it for the 100. I forget what we agreed to on a price. Must have been like 170, 175. But got that deal done through Instagram, so pretty excited to get a second Instagram sale. And then this one was done on a forum. We sold these 7 patch cards. We're into them for $200. We sold them for $400 shipped with whatever the PayPal fee was, and we net $182.76 after fees. Once again, I was into these. Bought them last weekend or 2 weekends ago for $200. I had put them off to the side. I wanted to look to see if I could grade any of them. Nothing really super grade worthy. I don't think that you were guaranteed locking any 9s. I think it would have been a stretch for some 9s, maybe some 8s. Probably should have sent those ones in, but decided to post them up, and they sold in minutes. Probably could have gotten a little bit more money for them, but I actually was above like recent comps. The recent comps on those cards have been pretty brutal. You have to go back a couple comps ago, and you could kind of see a little bit more what I was looking for with some of the comps. So I went based off some of the older pricing, and the whole lot sold so fast, and there were people that were kind of depressed that they missed it. So I knew I made the right call. Probably actually should have bumped it up a little bit more, but you know, almost doubling your money in the card industry is well worth it. I'm happy with that sale. The last thing that we had happen for us is we did get our eBay payout a little bit less than I want. I want to get close to that 2K mark, but we did make $1,425.99 through eBay this last week. So a nice little sales week. That brought our grand total up to $3,796.63. So we're starting to see a good uptick here. If you guys are following along, I talked about how I sent some cards. I sent 12 cards to the PSA vault. Those arrived Friday or today, I guess, and happy that they arrived. They scanned it in. You can see the imaging, but it's not really in my vault yet. I'm looking to sell these cards directly to my vault. Should be about $2,000 worth of sales to be close to that mark, I think. So trying this process out, I'm going to do a video breaking down everything on my experience with this, because I do think it's something that doing a little bit of research people talk about, but I don't think people take advantage of. And it's kind of a quick, easy way to flip if you want to spend the time to do so. But it's definitely something I'm going to try to take advantage of at shows. But those are in. Hopefully, they'll be a part of the next week's payout. And I did send in 2 more Jordans right behind those, so I'm expecting those to get scanned in too. So super excited to kind of start off the next week. Hopefully, it'll be very good. I am going to go to a card show this weekend. Excited to hit up this card show. It's a card show I actually was a dealer at when it first started. It used to be in one town in Rhode Island, and it actually moved. I stopped being a dealer there just because it moved a little bit further. It was already about a 45-minute drive. Had young kid. I just had my son, so definitely not the right time to be setting up at card shows for the full day. But definitely want to try to get back into a show. There's one that happens quarterly in my area. I would love to do that one. I don't really want to commit to once a month. Quarterly would be better fit for me. But super excited for the week. If you guys haven't already done so, please like, comment, subscribe. All that greatly helps me out. I'll catch you guys in the next one.